out there, we're on the air, and it's once again race night tonight in the Queen City. Welcome to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for stop number 3 of the 2024 Mission BBQ Cup Series season, the POW MIA 600, presented by Mission BBQ. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we welcome you to the track with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network. And from high in the sky in the press box, my name is Trey Wright for the NASRN. 100 laps are on the docket for tonight's race around this 1.5 mile quad oval, set to be another fantastic one here tonight after a great race Wednesday afternoon over in Rockingham that saw Riley Sampson go to Gatorade Victory Lane in the 24 car in the ASE Die-Hard 400. It is also 600 miles of remembrance that are in order tonight as we honor those who currently fight for our freedom and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice defending our great nation on this Saturday night before Memorial Day. And this is another one of my favorite traditions here on the NASRN that I'm so glad has returned with the returnage of the MBCS. The Memorial Day Charlotte race here, no matter how early in the season it is, we'll still have Charlotte on Memorial Day weekend here for the 600 miler. But now that we're a couple of races into the season, let's go ahead and take a look at your point standings for the first time at the bottom of your screen. John Andrews leads the way with a pair of top 10 finishes in Daytona and Rockingham, but hot on his heels are both Ethan Lewis and Justin Zeidel, both of those drivers 5 points behind Andrews. Braden Perez, your Daytona 500 champion, and Matthew Huber round out the top 5 in points. Lewis is the only one of those 5 to start in the top 10. He starts on the outside of the front row to your pole sitter of Logan Williams. More on your starting lineup in just a few moments. Riley Sampson, Wednesday's winner, is in 6th in the point standings. Skylar Taylor, Corey Case, Toby Murphy, and Alex Sanvitale round out your top 10 in the points. Again, we're only 2 races into the season, but we're already starting to see who's going to be really good and who might struggle a little bit in the point standings. But I tell you one thing, Sanvitale and Corey Case, those Agius Motorsports cars are bad fast. Both of them runner-ups the last 2 races, Sanvitale in the 500, Case last Wednesday in Rockingham, and they both start relatively close up in the field, so it's going to be interesting to see how those guys are able to navigate around here at this 1.5 mile legendary racing facility. But before we get underway, we're going to go downstairs to our pre-race ceremonies with the traditional playing of the Amazing Grace and the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem of the United States of America. A beautiful rendition of both beautiful songs as we get ready to fire the engines here at Charlotte for 600 Miles of Remembrance. So why don't we just do that, ladies and gentlemen? It's that time of the broadcast again. Let's go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsports to kick off the POW MIA 600 presented by Mission BBQ.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life on the pit lane here at Charlotte. We're just moments away from dropping the green flag for tonight's race. Logan Williams starts in the pole position in the number 17 Dodge to his outside, the 7 of Ethan Lewis. Reggie Fogelman has his best starting position of the season so far in third. Who's outside is Matt Wolf in the 42. And your pole sitter for the 500 last week, Caleb Rose, starts alongside Danny Fallington in the 16. Make sure everybody rolls off the pit lane, and they do. Williams, his first pole of the season. Looking for a good one here today, as is Ethan Lewis. As the field goes on in the back straightaway, go down to your race analysis at the bottom of your screen. It's 100 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. The pit window is between 60 and 64 laps. Your two previous winners here at Charlotte are Nathan Smith and Jesse Turner. Nobody here on the grid has won here at Charlotte in a Cup car. Of course, there will be a competition yellow at lap 50 for the lap 50 salute to honor all those who made the ultimate sacrifice, defending this nation and our people. So as the field gets set, coming out of turn number 4, the pace car will make its way down the pit lane. Williams and Lewis will lead the field through the race's restart zone, and there they go. The green flag is waving in the air, and 600 Miles of Remembrance starts now at Charlotte. Good jump on the inside lane for Logan Williams, and he'll go to the point to lead lap number 1. Lewis falls back on the outside lane just a little bit. Already 3 wide, Danny Fallington trying to scoot to the outside, nearly making contact with John Andrews. Andrews leaning on the 14 of Keegan Thompson. He's able to wisely back out of that mess as Fallington really rimming it around this track right now. Contact between Lozano and Fitzwater going into the quad oval. Everybody is still able to be straight now, as Reggie Fogelman will take the top spot. Like I always say, it's not a race on the NESRN without us missing a pass for the race lead, and Reggie Fogelman, who's only got 3 points so far, finished last at Rockingham and second to last in the Daytona 500, so he is looking to rebound after an ignominious start to the season. Caleb Rose was second, now will go back to at least 5th. Top couple of guys, single file. A little bit loose off the corner was Logan Williams. I tell you, they really lose a lot on the rear end. Going through that 24 degrees banked corner. 3 wide for third. Ethan Lewis will take the penultimate position. And Matt Wolf will edge out all these guys at the line. Still 3 wide, going through 1 and 2. Oh, look at Caleb Rose. Slingshot on the outside, 4 wide, going through turn 2. This just barely is not going to work. They're rubbing and beating and banging on one another. And somehow, they're able to keep it straight as 2 of the full frontal cars on top of one another. Classic short track racing on a 1.5 miles. I know William Brock was clenching his butthole right there as Dylan Matthews in her 3rd race. Getting a little sketch there on that outside lane, and she's going to lose a little bit of time. Matt Wolf, rookie last season, he knew exactly what he was getting into in that. And meanwhile, battle for the race lead heating up. Lewis drawing a bead on Fogelman. Top two cars pulling away by about half a second. Now Lewis will get a hold of the inside of Fogelman, nearly washing up into the 12. Side by side for the top spot. Fogelman goes up the racetrack a little bit. That'll open the door for the Tulsa, Oklahoma native. And he'll lead for the first time tonight. Those two going side by side allows Rose and Fitzwater and company to pull back into this battle. We are seeing some fantastic racing here. Close quarters, close calls, and close racing. They're in the first 8 laps of the POW MIA 600. Top 6 cars, single file. First iteration of side-by-side racing is Logan Alexander and Dano Georgi. It looks like the Tampa, Florida native will take it from the Army veteran. Couple of Daytona 500 champions battling it out side-by-side. Georgi walks up the banking. He starts to fall back into the clutches of Matthew Hubert and Will Parrish. Full Frontal Motorsports having a good run so far. All 3 of their cars in the top 15 right now. But it's Ethan Lewis from Macklin Hamill Enterprises showing the way. The RF Trackhouse number 12 of Reggie Fogelman in second. NS Racing also a good start to the race so far. Some contact in the back. Is there 3 wide, and there around's going to go Cole Sampson, Charlie Davenport, and the 21 as a caution flag will fly for the first time tonight. 3-car accident going into the quad oval. Davenport, Crown Jr., and Sampson caught up. And that's going to split up this field as the caution came out. So half of them were past the start-finish line, so half of them racing it back. The winner of the race back will be Ethan Lewis. That is how you capture a wreck, Fox. Everybody will continue to race back. And our first caution of the night on lap number 11. I'm surprised it took them 11 laps for something to go wrong, and thankfully it was the last 3 cars in the field fighting for 40th. It doesn't look like any of them have too much damage. Surprisingly, I think Crown Jr. definitely has the worst end of it. But they should all be able to continue. Some tough Cup 2005 cars we got here. And pit road is open. Nathan Lewis will lead the field down the pit lane. We'll focus with the Tulsa, Oklahoma native. Reggie Fogelman right behind him. Logan Williams will take pit stall number 1. We'll see if everybody takes 4 fresh Hoosier tires. I imagine that they will. Ethan Lewis will. Again, we'll have to see who's got the fastest pit time. And Lewis is going to run into the back of the 17. And Fogelman runs into the back of the 7. So some extra repairs for Logan Williams. He's going to fall back in the Hershey's Dodge. And that'll allow Zachary Fitzwater to rise up to the 2nd spot. But some contact on the pit lane. And quite a few guys staying out. Lozano will lead the field back to green. About 10 cars staying out on the racetrack. So some split strategy early on here at Charlotte. But Alex Lozano is your leader. We'll see what happened to bring out the first caution of the evening here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the POW MIA 600. So as the field was coming out of turn number 4, as Denny Hamlin would put it, a couple meaningless cars in the back, making some contact going into the quad oval. You're going to see Davenport hook the left rear of Cole Sampson and careen down into the 21 of Roberto Crown Jr., and all 3 of those cars go spinning into a really bad angle The front end is going to crumple for the 5 of Samson. I'm surprised he didn't get more damage. Sliding it in the back was going to be the 21, as is the 98. I'm surprised. Not a whole lot of damage on either of these cars. You know, Roberto Crown Jr. definitely with the worst of it in that Beyblade 21 machine. Has not been a good start to the season for Crown Jr. or Davenport or Samson. Well, with Riley's brother wrecking out, it will not be a Samson going back-to-back here tonight, most likely. But a 3-car accident puts us under the caution flag for the first time tonight. We'll take another look at this in real time, then get you back to the racing action here after a 3-car crash on lap 11 in the POW MIA 600. Falling along with Charlie Davenport, who ping-pongs into the 5 and the 21. All 3 cars backing into the outside wall. Crown Jr. getting the worst of it on the rear end. They're all able to drive away from the scene, but are going to be knocked out of contention for the win here tonight. Ethan Lewis led them back to the stripe. Alex Lozano and a couple other cars elected to stay out, so already a couple of different strategies brewing in this one. Go ahead and get you back to the racing action here after cleanup. Caution number 1 of the night at Charlotte. And we're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, cleaning up caution number 1 of the POW MIA 600. Nathan Stapleton had some sort of mechanical issue, so he is just coming off the pit lane now. And he is the only car that's 1 lap down. But all 42 cars remain on the racetrack. 41 of them are on the lead lap. And the top 14 cars stayed out. So Alex Lozano now leads, Bradley Ream behind him, Alex Sanvitale, Danny Fallington, and Skylar Taylor round out your top 5 as Lozano will lead the field back to the Reese's restart zone. Green flag in the air. A little bit of a jump of the gun from Nathan Stapleton. And this could spell trouble for these lead lap cars who are trying to get to the inside, and they're going to get held up a little bit here by the NS Racing 97. San Vitale ducks down to the inside. Taylor will go with him. Ream being held up 3 wide. San Vitale thought about it. They might go 3 wide here anyway. Stapleton holding up both lines as he gets washed up. Arrow loses the 97. And it'll put San Vitale out front with clean air in front of him for the moment. They're going to be 3 wide. Fallington will go to the inside. And he'll take the race lead away. Stapleton trying to fight to keep his lap back. They're still 3 wide going into the quad oval. And this is what happened when you got most of the field on fresh tires, but a bunch of guys are on older tires. And now we're starting to see a little bit of discrepancy as Ryan Durrani will go to the point, trying to go to the point. They are really stacking up here, going into turn number 4. Fallington is already saying, screw this, I'm out of here. But he's stuck on that outside lane with no escape routes in case poop goes sideways in the front of this field, and it very well might. Nearly going 4 wide. Toby Murphy thought about making it 4 abreast. Stapleton ping-ponging in between the 16 and the 24. And Fallington continuing to drop back in the 16. He is sensing danger, and this field is a ticking time bomb about to go off. Daniel Bouchard, first time we're seeing him tonight. He'll go to the point in the 07. Brennan Wilmington, first one of those cars with fresh Goodyears. Actually, it's Braden Perez in the 92. First car with fresh Goodyears, still marred fairly deep in the pack. There is Wilmington in the 62. San Vitale, I believe he stayed out. Going for the race lead is Wilmington's car. Braden Perez already with a win this season. Looking for 2. as we come around to complete lap 21 of 100. Remember, halfway point, there will be a competition yellow. Hubert and Perez fighting for the top spot. As we continue to be single file for the time being. We continue to be straight for the time being. But now we're starting to see a little bit of fall off. Stapleton still one lap down, trying to fight for his lead back. Matt Wolf and Ethan Lewis starting to march their way through the field. But they're in the middle of a real bad hornet's nest right now, as Wolf will go to the inside of the 7. Got 11 lap fresher tires. Then the rest of this field is starting to come into play just a little bit here. Wolf goes high. Now ducks bound low, trying to get behind Trey Smith as they continue to jockey for position. Smith's teammate Matthew Huber will lead his first couple laps of the season. Riding the lightning on the outside lane was Bouchard. He keeps it straight for now. And a couple of Pacific Racing drivers fighting for the second spot. Perez will take it to the inside of Rose. Will go Troxel, last week's pole setter. Trying to recover from a lackluster race at Rockingham. The Edmonton, Alberta native, right behind the Riverside, California hometown. Lap 25 of 100. Matthew Hubert, the Seattle, Washington native, at the point as the field starts to spread out. Trying to find Ethan Lewis in that 7 car. Oh, Andrews walks up into Keegan Thompson. Thompson is able to save it. And we remain green for the time being. Lewis, remember, he ran into the back of the 17, so I think that aero damage might be coming into play. Thompson getting shoved to the outside wall. Contact with Andrews. I thought Andrews was going to walk up the racetrack and pinch into the 14 even more. And that would have been a bad stack up coming off of turn 2. But nonetheless, we still remain green for the time being. Ryan Durrani, the 07 and the 71. I think Durrani, Bouchard, and Collins got into it off of turn number 2. I don't see any tire marks. You'll see the replay down below. That's not the first time that Collins and Bouchard have tangled. You go back to last week in the Daytona 500. And that man right there was the catalyst of all that. And Igor Barreto blocking Collins, and Bouchard was unfortunately along for the ride, and Durrani. Not a good start to the season for him so far. As we go through the field, Wolf nearly clipping the quarter panel of that 00, and Murphy will make it 3 wide going into 1. Washing up his Wolf. He'll lose a little bit of momentum. All the momentum riding the Larson line was Troxel. And he'll win that battle easily. Now we're starting to reach a calm point in the race, but once we get to that caution point at the halfway point, we're going to rack him up and send him off again. Right now, Ryan Durrani really slow in the 38. And he is going to be a moving pylon for these lead lap guys. Coming around to complete 31 of 100. Durrani, a lot of hood damage in the 38 as Braden Perez trying to use the 38 as a little bit of a pick. They're going to go high, a little bit of contact. And Perez will say thank you very much as Hubert gets held up by Durrani. Durrani goes a little high. Hubert trying to go to the inside of the stricken 38 machine. He is going to lose the lead and fall outside the top 5 as Braden Perez, a textbook maneuver, a little risque. Looks like we had, I think that might have been the contact from turns 1 and 2 as battle for the race lead. Orman washing up. Nathan Ormond will go for the lead and take it for the first time tonight. That'll bring Tyler Reynolds up. Seeing a ton of lead changes as these tires start to wear in. Orman out front, Troxel in second. Fighting on the outside is Reynolds. About maybe 8 inches of space between the 19 and the 92. Perez starting to fall back a little bit himself. Just don't look now. Here comes Eric Monaco. Chevy Power Racing guys. Taking advantage of pretty much everybody going to be on the same strategy soon. They stay down on the racetrack. Orman now showing the way with the caution in 15 laps. And that'll essentially put everybody on the same cycle. Troxel going for the lead underneath the 3. He's not going to take it quite yet. Go through the field. Everybody has gotten around Durrani for the most part. Rose goes underneath Troxel. That is for second. Rose looking for the 2 for 1, but Orman a little too far out in front of him. 32 to do anything about it. As Orman leads, we'll get you a full field rundown as we complete 37 of 100. It's Nathan Orman leading, Caleb Rose in second right now, Troxel going for second, but he's in third. Fourth is the 92 of Braden Perez, rounding out the top 5 is Matthew Hubert, 6th through 10th. Monaco, Reynolds, Murphy, Andrews, and Wolf. And riding high is the 32. Orman leading here at Charlotte. 11th through 20th, Logan Alexander, Derek Hamill, Trey Smith, Rennie Wilmington, the 48 machine of Juan Rodriguez, Dano Georgi, Zachary Fitzwater, Will Parrish, Ethan Lewis, and Reggie Fogelman. Rounding out the top half of the field is your pole sitter, the 17 of Logan Williams. Bottom half of the field starts off with Corey Case, Keegan Thompson 23rd, 24th is Roberto Crown Jr. Surprisingly, really good recovery for this 21 car. In the thick of it right now is someone is down the pit lane. It's Ryan Durrani. No surprise about that. But a really good recovery for Roberto Crown Jr. despite having the rear end damage. It's Crown Jr. in 25th, 26th, Dylan Matthews, 27th, Cole Sampson, 28th, Alexandre Vitale, 29th, Bradley Ream, and 30th, Alex Lozano. 31st, Reggie Fogelman, 32nd, Riley Sampson, 33rd. Is now Riley Sampson, his 32nd will go to Angel Gutierrez. Then it's Owen Miles, Danny Fallington, Justin Zidell, Caitlin Garlington, Igor Barreto, Mitchell Collins, the 07 of Daniel Bouchard. The final 2 guys, Ryan Durrani in last, and Nathan Stapleton, 1 lap down, as we are 8 laps away from the competition yellow. Durrani back out on the racetrack, albeit with a little bit more with a little bit less damage, but he's still very slow in that 38. They might catch up to that 07 before this is all said and done. Field entering turn 1 as Durrani's in the apex of 1 and 2. This field starts to get strung out here as we're closing in our way on the competition yellow. And bunching this field back up for the second half of this POW MIA 600. In case you were just tuning in, one caution on the night so far. I know it's uncharacteristic for a race here at Charlotte, but that's what we've got right now, and I don't know, might be able to get to the end of this thing relatively caution-free, or with a relatively chaos-free, I should say. Nathan Oren is your leader, coming to complete lap 44 of 100 in the third race of the season on Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow, the greatest day in racing, the Grand Prix of Monaco, which nobody really cares about because F1 is F1. Then at noon, the Indianapolis 500 in Speedway, Indiana. And then tomorrow night, about 24 hours from now, the Coca-Cola 600 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series. But that's in the real world, and we're here in NR2003, 5 laps away from the competition yellow. And I think they're going to catch up to Ryan Durrani before the yellow will fly, and the yellow might fly before this, as we're seeing the cars that elected to stay out really struggle. But everybody is going to be coming down the pit lane. So the gambit not paying off for a lot of these guys. Toby Murphy scrapes the outside wall off of 2. He remains straight. And they are going to catch up to Durrani probably in the next 3 laps. Rose looking for second, as Wolf and 00 were leaning on one another. They're reeling in Durrani here. As coming down the pit lane is the 07 of Daniel Bouchard. Two more times around, we'll have the competition yellow come out. They're going to catch up to Ryan Durrani before this is all said and done. Coming around. 1 lap to go before the caution will come out. I don't know. They're coming up right on Durrani. Might be a little close for comfort here. But as the field will cycle around, the caution about to come out anytime now. And there it is, the caution flag has come out. They will race it back. Caution flag has come out here on lap 50 for our halfway break. The field will race back around. Nathan Orman will win the race back. So slow down here. We'll do pit stops. And then the halfway salute on the front straightaway. Nathan Orman, your leader right now. Caleb Rose in second. John Andrews in third. As we've crossed the halfway point here through the POW MIA 600. Teams will come down the pit lane to service their cars. We'll come back around and do the salute. But this is going to be the money stop for these teams. We'll follow along with Nathan Orman in the legendary 3 Coca-Cola car. Remember the pit time to beat? 14.31. It's held by both Reggie Fogelman and the 62 of Brennan Wilmington. See if any of these guys are able to beat that time. Good stop from the 3 of Ormond. A little slow on the left side. And they're trying to pack that with as much fuel as they can, and he is out and away. I don't think anybody is going to try and take 2 tires. No, Braden Perez with a good stop. As is Eric Monaco. Really good pit stop for both of those cars. We'll give the field a couple laps here to reform before we go to our halfway salute and our moment of silence here at Charlotte. But I want to go back and watch Braden Perez. I want to watch that pit stop real quick and see how fast it was. Then we'll get to you to your halfway salute here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we're following along with Braden Perez. And he's going to do a 4-tire pit stop. It was actually a 10th slower than Nathan Ormond. 14:56 second stop for Braden Perez. But somehow he was able to get in front of Nathan Ormond. I think Ormond was trying to pack a little bit more gas into that tank. And Perez will win the race off the pit lane. And he will be your race leader. Going back to green. Also going to quickly review what happened between Durrani and Bouchard. And then we'll get you to your salute on the front straightaway here in Charlotte. So I am honestly shocked that this wasn't a caution flag. But Ryan Durrani is going to squeeze up into the 07 of Daniel Bouchard. And both those cars are going to go into the outside wall. You see all the debris flying across. And you would think after Wednesday's race, with the quote-unquote debris caution that we had, as Riley Sampson nearly going upstairs, Mitchell Collins is not going to be as lucky. He's going to pound the back end of the 07, and around is going to go to 38, and there's debris all over the racetrack. So I'm really surprised they didn't call the caution for that. But that is what happened on lap number 27 of the race. To bring out the caution, or not bring out the caution, rather. But a tough break for both Ryan Durrani, Mitchell Collins, and the 07 of Daniel Bouchard. I'm flabbergasted they didn't throw the yellow there. My goodness. So as Caleb Rose will lead the field, the American flag has been displayed from the flag stand. Cars will shut their engines off and do a moment of silence, honoring all of those who made the ultimate sacrifice, defending this great nation, the American flag being displayed from the flag stand. So we honor and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice, defending the U.S. in a very somber and emotional time here, the halfway point in the POW MIA 600 from Charlotte. And we're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, wrapping up our second caution of the night, the competition yellow. We're officially in the second half of today's race, or tonight's race. 38 cars off of the lead lap, 37 are on the lead lap, and all 42 cars are on track at the moment. Something amiss with Matt Wolf, as he had to come back down the pit lane. 55% of the race completed. I'm trying to see what happened to Matt Wolf here, if I can open this up. I think he just had to come back down for, I don't know if it was a penalty or something, but nonetheless, Matt Wolf is going to be the fourth car off of the pace, as Idell actually is going to be off the pace, off the lead lap as well. About to kick off the second half of this race here tonight. Your top five going back to the Reese's Restart Zone. Braden Perez, Eric Monaco, Caleb Rose, Nathan Orman, and Matthew Hubert. Back through the gears they go. Green flag is in the air. Everybody on fresh tires. And this is going to be a race to the end. Hopefully caution-free. But I seriously doubt it, especially with these lap-down cars. And Ryan Durrani continuing to be in the way of everybody, and he's already holding up all but 4 drivers. Daniel Bouchard sticking on the inside lane. They had extensive repairs on that 07 car under the caution flag. And he is trying to get his lap back here. No, he is 3 laps down, trying to go 2 laps down here. Matt Wolf is 1 lap down, but he is falling all the way back, and this pack really split up. There's something amiss with Derek Hamill. Hamill with a lot of rear end damage. Alex Lozano bumps into the 98. I don't know what happened to Hamill, but he's got a lot of rear end damage. That 47. See the replay down below. That split this entire pack up, and it being a pack race is no longer going to be a question, but Braden Perez driving it like he stole it, and he will lead the field around a complete lap 58 of 100. It's been a really good race so far for Pacific Racing. A good start to the season at that. Braden Perez, winning the Daytona 500, looking for his second win of the season already. I don't think we've ever had a driver. Actually, no. Landon Smith Jr. His caution is back out as Cameron Garlington has gone around on the back straightaway. Looks like it got tangled with Cole Sampson. The yellow flag is back out, and like I was saying, Landon Smith Jr. did win 2 of the first 5 races, if I'm not mistaken, in 2020. Because I remember he won the race at... I'm trying to remember which race that was. He won the race at Nazareth. And then he won another race. No, I think Braden Perez would be the first one. He'd definitely be the first driver to win 2 of the first 3 races. But it's Pacific Racing running 1-2 right now. So the caution flag has flown for the 3rd time tonight. 2nd time for incident. Reggie Fogelman down the pit lane in the 12. He may have had something to do with this accident too. Trying to see if there's damage. There is a lot of right side damage to the 12 car of Reggie Fogelman. So I believe he was involved, as was the 28 of Cameron Garlington. It's been a rough start to the year for Reggie Fogelman and Garlington. It's the first time we're really seeing Cameron Garlington at all in our frames. But a race team and a race driver we've seen a lot of this season so far has been Braden Perez. And he leads the field here as we've got 60% of the way completed here in the POW MIA 600 from Charlotte. So we're going to follow with Cameron Garlington in the 28. The 36 of Bradley Ream is going to hook him coming off of turn number 2. And you're not going to be able to see it with the lights, but you'll know exactly when he made impact. Bam! A hard shot in the inside wall, and you see all the debris flying off that 28. Bradley Ream, a little front-end damage with him. And a bad accident here. You see the debris now. They call the caution with all the debris on the back straightaway. So I think they're making up for not calling it in turns 1 and 2, even though it was in the racing groove. And I'm surprised they called this an accident. He was off the racetrack when it happened, but a lot of debris on the racing surface. And Cameron Garlington has gone around in the 28 car. I'll take another look at this in real time, then get you back to the action here as we're about 3/5 of the way through the POW MIA 600. Following in real time, you see a hard lick in the inside wall for Cameron Garlington. He will go around, and that had to have been probably the hardest hit I've seen a car take in some time. And both sides of that, Little Caesars Monte Carlo, are junked. I'm surprised he's still going to be even in this race. And Derek Hamill, you're going to see as we come back to green what happened on the pit lane, because that pit cycle during the competition yellow was really chaotic, and you're going to see those replays down below in a second. But Braden Perez leads. We'll see what he's able to do on the restart here as we clean up caution number 3 of the night at Charlotte. And we're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, wrapping up our 3rd caution of the night. All 42 cars are on the track. 37 of them are on the lead lap, and we're going to show you all the incidents that happened on the pit lane down below, starting off with Derek Hamill. We got run into by Logan Alexander and a bunch of other guys. And then the next one you're going to see is what happened with Reggie Fogelman. Caleb Rose actually running into the back of Matt Wolf, and Wolf getting turned around on the pit lane, so that's why Matt Wolf is 1 lap down. Very, very tight pit lane here at Charlotte, and a lot of drivers having issues getting on and off. For your top 5, going back through the gears, are Perez, Rose, Orman, Monaco, and Fitzwater. Green flag back out in the air to complete 63% of tonight's race. A good jump for Perez. Inside lane holding up these guys, and they might be a problem for these guys. Derek Hamill making some repairs on the pit lane. A lot of repairs for Cameron Garlington. Surprised he's still in this race after taking a couple of really bad beatings. I'm surprised all 42 cars are still on the track. We've had 3 separate incidents, only 2 of them warranting cautions. As Caleb Rose starts to fall back in the 32, and Matt Wolf trying to get his lap back. Again, Wolf is only 1 lap down in the 42, and he's trying to get back in this battle. Zachary Fitzwater going underneath Eric Monaco. Chevy's running 2, 3, 4, and the caution has come out. Logan Williams has gone around, it looks like. And caution number 4 of the night, right before Matt Wolf could get his lap back. But it will be the first car in front of Braden Perez. Your pole sitter going around, and it looks like I'm not sure he went off the front end of maybe the 7 of Ethan Lewis. Front row guys not having a good last couple of 10 laps or so. They've been marred in the back for the majority of this race, unfortunately. And Logan Williams going around, a little bit of rear end damage on the 17. We'll see if there's any damage right-hand side, and there's not. But it looks to be probably about a 2-car accident to put us under the caution flag for the 4th time tonight. Braden Perez continues to lead here. See what happened to bring out caution number 4, the POW MIA 600 presented by Mission BBQ. So your pole sitter, the points leader, and Mitchell Collins going 3 wide in turn number 2. Collins will get the 17 a little arrow loose, and that's just enough to get Logan Williams squarely enough into the 44. You see the debris coming off of Andrews. Into the outside wall goes the 17, and for the second time this week, Logan Williams is the cause of a caution, and he will get turned around down the back straightaway. Bradley Ream going back up, and a fantastic save from the driver of the 36. Nearly collected Wednesday's winner and his own teammate in the process. But a good save from Logan Williams will get him back going. But the caution did come out. And Williams, the pole sitter, the only good thing to happen to him so far tonight was that front starting position. But nonetheless, and Cameron Garlington and the 5 of Cole Sampson getting into it. We'll see a lot more debris come off these cars than usual. I think it's mostly because of this Cup 05 mod. But we'll take another look at this accident in real time, then get you back to the action here as we clean up caution number 4 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Following along with Logan Williams, ping-ponging off the corner, and he'll get into the 36. And Bradley Ream, what a fantastic save out of him. And able to get it back and going is Logan Williams. And that is going to be pretty much that. 2-car accident puts us under the caution flag for the 4th time tonight. And Braden Perez continues to lead here at Charlotte. We'll see what he's able to do on the restart here after caution number 4 in the POW MIA 600. We're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, wrapping up our 4th caution of the night. About to complete a nice amount of laps here in the POW MIA 600. Still nobody out of this race. 37 cars on the on the lead lap. 42 of them are on the track. And Matt Wolf will once again look to get a lap back here. The way these guys are racing right now, cautions breed cautions, and these cautions have got some extends and some Viagra in them. There's the Viagra car of Keegan Thompson, the Riley, Alberta native. About a complete 69% of the 100-lap race. Your top 5 going back through the gears are Perez, Monaco, Fitzwater, Ormond, and Rose. The same 5 as last time, just a little different order. Green flag back out in the air. We begin lap number 70. 31 laps to go here at Charlotte. Really good jump on the outside lane for Braden Perez. Nathan Ormond trying to get to the inside of the lap down cars. And he'll do it for the moment. 3 wide off the corner. As Fitzwater and Ormond splitting the dodge of Daniel Bouchard. Logan Sport has had a real tough start to the season. With both those cars being in accidents tonight. The 07 being involved in an accident, and the 17 being involved in an accident in the 500. And a Rockingham. Logan Williams going around. But it's Pacific Racing car. Number 92 Hulu Toyota of Braden Perez looking to create some history. And be the first driver in Mission Barbecue Cup Series history to win 2 of the first 3 races in a season. Justin Zidell looking to spoil the party. Actually, Zidell is off the lead lap. He was also involved in that pit road melee on lap 52. So Nathan Ormond in second, so a little bit of a cushion for now in between the 92 and the 3. A little loose off the corner was Ormond. Gonna bring Caleb Rose back into third. He's looking for second once again. We'll go through the rest of the field. Corey Case, we're talking about those Agius Motorsports cars to begin with, and unfortunately it looks like it's not going to be another runner-up finish for either of them. Both of them hard. Into the back of the pack. Getting to the front of the pack. It's really wadded up here with Will Parrish. Second time tonight we've said his name. And he is going for third underneath Caleb Rose. And he will take it. Rose stuck way up high. He might ride the lightning if he's not careful. He's trying to get to the inside, but Matthew Hubert blocking that hole. 3 wide for fourth. Hubert going up the racetrack. Ping pongs into the 32. He is able to keep his composure going through 4. Really, really close. We missed the battle for the race lead. Nathan Ormond back out front. As Braden Perez, his car starts to fall off a little bit. And now Will Parrish, one-time winner in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, finished 4th in the championship standings in 2022. And he's looking for his first win of the season. 3 wide off the corner. Igor Barreto will now take the 4th spot. The battle for 5th heating up. As Eric Monaco, flanked by a couple of Otter Island Motorsports cars. He'll wisely back out of that. I really don't think they're done wrecking yet. But it's Ormond, Parrish, Perez, your top 3. Igor Barreto looking to go to the inside of the 92. The top 2 starting to pull away here as the field starts to thin out. Rose on the high lane. But for third is Igor Barreto. And the rookies winning 1, 3, and 5. With Paris trying to utilize that outside lane. And trying to get around this 3 car. Nathan Ormond continues to hold serve. Will Parrish in second. Barreto in third. Perez in 4th. Hubert 5th. Hubert looking for 4th underneath the 92. 79 laps down. 21 laps to go at Charlotte. Will Parrish, oh, he's drawn a bead. The inside of Will Parrish, he'll go. Hubert will scrape the wall. No harm, no foul. Will Parrish to the inside of Nathan Ormond. Those two going side by side. It's going to open the door for both Hubert and Barreto as they nearly collide going into the quad oval. Zidell is 1 lap down, so he doesn't have a dog in this fight. As Ormond will go high, 20 laps to go. Will Parrish out front. We might catch up to Ryan Durrani before this race ends. Ormond trying to utilize that high lane, but he is being swallowed up by Matthew Hubert. And the rookies running 2nd through 4th right now. And now look now, Skylar Taylor has had a really quiet race. But she is closing her way up into this battle. Barreto nearly making it 3 wide. Ormond, he's got the arrow. He's got the slingshot. He'll go to the inside of Barreto. Perez trying to get back into this battle. It's all happening behind the 40 of Will Parrish. Matthew Hubert trying to change that. His teammate of Trey Smith, a really good run on Wednesday. And Smith just outside the top 10 right now. He's trying to get around Juan Rodriguez, who lost this race last year to Jesse Turner. I don't think Rodriguez is going to be close enough to make anything work here. Parrish continues to extend his lead. Here come Hubert, Ormond, and Taylor. I'll tell you, this rookie class has got to be one of the strongest we've seen in quite some time. Of course, Justin Zeidel, Matt Wolf, and a lot of rookies last year made the chase. Those rookie class right now making a name for themselves is Matthew Hubert, trying to go for the race lead. He's trying to catch up to the 40, and he is making his way there. Skylar Taylor will move up to third. 15 laps to go in tonight's race at Charlotte, and Will Parrish trying to hold on, but that number 75 car is coming, and he is coming fast. He has got to be one of the fastest cars. No, Will Parrish is the fastest car on the racetrack. Matthew Hubert going for it. Top two cars pulling away. 14 to go at the stripe. They're really wadding it up back here. The top two pulling away. Taylor into the outside wall. No harm, no foul. She's not going to lose any ground as Owen Miles finds himself in the top five. And this is just a huge wad of cars going through turn 4. And Perez will take third away. He'll keep third, actually. Will Parrish continues to try and trundle around here and hold off Matthew Hubert. Hubert that time around lost 0.07 of a second. Parrish a little bit of a rough go in the Winston All-American Series. Didn't win a single race. But he's back here with contingency sponsorship from Dickies on that quarter panel. Trying to come around to 11 laps to go. Owen Miles right now. There's still 1.5 seconds off, so these two are really testing one another. They're pushing one another to the brink. Durrani and Hamill are too far back for these guys to catch up to them. So I don't think lap down traffic is going to be an issue. These guys are on older tires as well, so they're starting to slip around here. That time around, still 1.5 seconds back are the 05, the 92, and everybody else. 10 laps to go from Charlotte. Will Parrish trying to lead the last 17. Can Matthew Hubert come around and do something in the 75? Stay tuned. 9 to go. This whole field, the rest of this field, running straight for now. We still could have a yellow. All of these guys on older tires. They could be slopping around on one another. 8 to go. Hubert within 1/4 second of Parrish. He's trying to draft off of him. The 75 car is coming. Oh, and he's got a great beat on Parrish. He's going to be right to his back bumper, going across the start-finish line. 7 to go, and that 75 is there. These guys go side by side or make contact. Owen Miles, I think he's in a really good position right now. Hubert waiting to make his move, and he'll make it now. To the inside of the 40 goes the 75. Matthew Hubert and Will Parrish door to door going through 3 and 4. Parrish can get around the 40. He will. New race leader coming around to take 6 laps to go. Parrish trying to take the crossover. Came out of the corner a little hot. And Matthew Hubert looking for his first win of his career and trying to be the first rookie to win this season. 5 laps to go. The flagship car for Otter Island Motorsports looking to rebound after a dominating performance from this program on Wednesday. But Will Parrish is not done yet. He's going to try and return the favor coming around. Oh, had to get it on the outside. Trying to utilize that outside. I don't know if I would advise doing that. And they are going to catch up to Tirani and Hamill before this is all said and done. 4 to go. Hubert ahead by 0.3 of a second. But Parrish, I believe he might be a smidge faster. Coming around to turn 3. Oh, I don't know if they're going to catch Durrani. I don't think they're going to catch Durrani in time with 3 laps to go. That time around, 0.02 of a second. Not close enough for Will Parrish. He's got to close in a lot with 6 miles remaining. It's going to come down to these 2. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. 3 miles remain in the POW MIA 600. That time by. Hubert opening up by 0.3 of a second. I think that's going to be all she wrote for Will Parrish. Unless he can have a really good last couple of laps. 2 miles to go in tonight's race from Charlotte. Durrani just now taking the white flag. Hubert taking it 1 lap to go here. Brought to you by the USO. Durrani is not in frame. They're not going to catch up to the 38 just yet. Parrish out by more than 1/4 of a second. Might be all she wrote. Matthew Hubert, the Seattle, Washington native, coming around turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. It'll go to Matthew Hubert in the 75, who will win his first career race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. What a race. What a finish. And what a drive from Matthew Hubert in the 75. Racing redemption for Otter Island Motorsports. They don't get the win on Wednesday, but they get the win tonight. And I think Benny Watson and company will take it. Matthew Hubert, who started this race fairly deep in the field. Trying to see where the 75 started. 23rd. And going to the race win here at Charlotte. Take a look at your full race standings. Matthew Hubert, your winner by 1/3 of a second over Will Parrish. Parrish had the fastest lap of this race, so he'll get the 5 bonus points. Owen Miles, Igor Barreto, Zachary Fitzwater, your top 5. Skylar Taylor, Thomas Troxel, Brenna Wilmington, Braden Perez, and Danny Fallington, your top 10. You see, everybody finished this race. 37 cars on the lead lap. And another fun race here at Charlotte. 4 caution flags here tonight. 3 of them for incident. You know, not as chaotic as we typically see here at Charlotte, but still a fun race nonetheless. And another first-time winner here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Matthew Hubert will add his name to Jesse Turner and Nathan Smith as the drivers who were able to tame the 600 miles of Charlotte and win the POW MIA 600. What a race and what a finish. Not quite how you ever, because oh boy, I ever have after this one. But a fantastic race here. We are off and running 3 races into the 35 race campaign. Already 3 different winners, and Huber becomes the first rookie to win here this season in 2024. But that's going to do it here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Congratulations once again to Matthew Hubert for winning the POW MIA 600 presented by Mission BBQ. And we will see you this Wednesday afternoon, May 29th at 2 p.m. in Hotlanta for the Folds of Honor Hooters 500 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, right here on the North American Sim Racing Network. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after Race 3 of the 2024 Mission BBQ Cup Series season. And from Concord, North Carolina, on behalf of the NASRN, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great Memorial Day, folks.